booty.
You
I should be
cute or
sitting next to
whatever.
you. You cute.
I mean, you all right and stuff.
I
You all right. I like
mean,
your hair and stuff.
oh, right on. I like yours too. You look beautiful, girl. What's up, though? How you doing?
What's up, everybody? We're
Like we never left.
back. I'm
Somebody type
so
we bike.
crunk. Like, it's been a long time coming, right? And
Right.
I am super excited. We bike and we are reloaded. Guys, we will be on every Tuesday at 8 o'clock. We are locked in on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. And for the introduction, I am Erica.
Hey, and I'm JoJo. That's the J. What's up? What's happening? What's really good with y'all today? We bike. We back. Who missed
Yeah,
us
I'm
though? I
super
want to know who
excited,
missed us.
babe.
Who missed us though? That's the
I
real
miss
question.
them.
You missed them.
I miss them.
Do they miss us? Let me
Huh?
see. Do they miss us? That's the question. Do y'all miss us?
I
Did
believe
y'all miss us?
I I think they missed us. I think
They
that I
missed
know I
us.
missed them. Hey, Miss Pam, girl, what's up?
Hey, Miss Pam, how you doing?
So once again, guys, this is the E and J show reloaded. We pride ourselves in talking about real, raw, and relatable conversation. A lot of times there are conversations or topics that you may want to discuss that you don't feel comfortable talking about just with any old body. Well, we want to be the any old bodies that talk about the things you want to talk about. You guys can send us topics to E and J show live at gmail.com. Y'all like our gear? We ready for y'all. We've been preparing for a long time, and I'm so excited
Rep
to
your
be
stuff,
back.
huh?
I'm
You see what
repping.
it is?
Yes. So what tonight we are going to catch you up to speed on what the hell been going on. Now let me just tell y'all this. I
Hell is
cuss.
right.
I cuss a little bit. Jamaica cuss a little bit.
Cuss
So
a
if
lot
you're
of bit.
super sensitive and you're super deep and you're super saved, just go ahead and log off. May the Lord watch. But we are here to update you on what's been going on with us. I want to say
Thank you.
consistently, babe, it was like last year when we consistently um did the E and J show. And
Yeah.
a lot has happened. I don't know how far we can go back. Let's see.
Try.
All right, we moved. We
That's one.
moved. That's
That's
one.
one.
And let me just tell y'all this. If I never move again, it will be all right with me. You really don't realize how much shit you have until it's time to move.
For
So
real.
we moved and I'm spoiled. So Jamaica hired a moving company and I'm super spoiled. And really, I no, I'm not that spoiled. Well, yeah, I am. But Jamaica
Oh,
was
okay.
like, so babe, let's just leave all this shit here and
Leave
buy
it
new
all.
stuff.
And
So I got to
leave it
pick out
here.
all new furniture. It was amazing. But the packing and the moving and it was a whole lot, but I am enjoying where we are. We've been here now a year and I'm enjoying it. So we moved right in the middle of a pandemic when other people wasn't functioning. We still were functioning. God is good. We
I
moved.
I
That's the first
I
thing.
have that's number one.
It's your
But before
turn
you
now.
get to okay, before I get to number two, I have a question. Have you liked and shared the live? Have you shared? Have you shared? Have you? I'm very animated for those of you guys who are just tuning in. It's your first EJ show and you don't know me. Get to know me, huh? I'm very animated. So have you shared?
Extra.
Answer that question. What's up, Monica? You didn't say that. Did you say that?
No, I just
Did
said
you
you're
say
extra.
something? You said that.
I
My
said you're
Lord, that
extra.
ain't the pot calling. Oh my, this coming from extra extra. Read all about it, y'all. Y'all, as you can see, y'all gonna get real raw and relatable from us. Hey, everybody, before I get started, share.
Hey,
Okay,
you
number
take
two,
longer
we
to get
move.
dressed than I do, but go ahead.
Wow, wow. Tonight I'm gonna stay on topic. God bless you. I'm gonna be positive. Yes. Anyway, number two, that was August. Something happened after that. I can't quite remember. You want me to fast forward to December? Because something happened in the middle of that.
Uh,
Oh, you guys were with no, that was last year. You ain't even on this year yet. That was last year.
we
What
on
happened?
last year. We moved, and then after we
Oh,
moved, you went to the doctor.
yeah. Went to the
Okay.
doctor. For those of you who are following my page, dare to be aware. It was formed because of my experience at the doctor. So I went again, just give you some background. Went to the doctor, OBGYN, had to get that checkup for that pap smear. Please tell me you guys are doing it. Get your checkups. It was since 2015 that I had one because I had a hysterectomy and I hadn't been checked since then. Long story short, I ended up doing a genetic test to see if there was cancer in my family. Came back, I have a breast cancer gene, the BRCA2 breast cancer gene. So December, it all hit the fan. I got the call. They said I had to do surgery. Whatever percent came back, it was so high that they said they was 99.9% sure I was gonna get it. So this was the only option unless I wanted to wait until I got it. So that happened, y'all. That was in December. December was real rocky. Okay. That
Yeah.
experience was so troubling, but something happy happened in December. We got a dog. My wife is very afraid of dogs, and she came home with a dog, and he was so cute. Now he ugly, but we got a dog. That was in. I'm sorry. That's her baby, y'all. I don't like him because our previous dog was my baby. So now this little doggy, I mean, he like spoiled. That's her dog. Like, you can
Mm.
tell everything about him is her. That's her dog. He messed with me, but he only deal with me because he got to. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But that was December. January, it was a real one birthday. You know what I'm saying? But didn't really do nothing though. Didn't really do nothing for the new
You
year. I
didn't
was
do
healing.
nothing.
I was
Oh, I
healing.
was. You didn't do nothing.
Wait, what was that?
You didn't do nothing.
I did something this year.
Nick,
That was this year. I thought that was last year.
you had a whole just do it, life just do it party,
Yep,
a
that was this year.
drive-by party. Because remember, COVID is still going on. So, nigga, we had a whole drive-by party.
I'm ignoring what you're
Thank
saying.
you, mama.
That was, Mama. You always feel like you got to ad lib. This is not your song. Like, you know what I mean? Your song. This not your solo. But anyway, I did have
Kim
a
said you
party.
got short term. I know that damn right.
I did have a
Short
party.
term
No,
memory
for real,
loss.
y'all. I had a party. It was jumping. You feel me? Shout out to everybody who helped put it together. They really surprised me. You know what I mean? They surprised me. She lied to
No,
me.
let's tell the truth. Let me tell you
All right,
something about being
here we
married to somebody
here we go.
who is pathetic.
A prophet.
When you're married to somebody who dreams and sees stuff. I'm talking about we work so freaking hard. We done lied and said it was somebody else's
Shout out
birthday,
to Jamil
who
Hill too.
who actual birthday is today. We done changed their whole birthday and lied to surprise Jamaica. And when I tell you, when we got around the corner, this nigga Rachi gonna say, what did you say? Because we had a huge falling out. I was pissed.
Mama,
You was
mama
like,
on here getting smart now.
you talking about you can't said something about you can't surprise me or something. Oh, surprise. That's what you said.
No.
Y'all,
So
my
she was
feelings was
mad
so hurt.
because I in my spirit, I felt it, but I was smiling. I was like, yeah, I know something going on. So we was around the corner, and I had
No,
wrote
you
on
made a
Facebook
post.
surprise. But like, why was she looking at the post and she was driving? Like that was crazy to me. So I didn't think she was gonna see it till after. And she was like, "Oh my God, you can't never do. Oh, you so ungrateful." Blah 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 blah. So mind you, we arguing pulling up to the party. So we pull up. We're in the driveway. She mad. She like 38 hot, as y'all country folk like to say. She just storm off in the house, and I'm like, okay, shit, I'm about to go lay down then. And he's like, no, you're gonna go outside and you gonna act like you surprised. And I was like, oh my God. Oh, but she was mad at me,
Y'all,
y'all.
when I tell you I was
She was
so
mad.
damn mad.
She was
Like,
hot.
I feel like the best, like, even if somebody was surprising me, at least go along with it. But the fact that you made a whole damn post and gonna write surprise on the post before you even got here, I felt like that was like, now that done stirred something back up in me. I'm mad all over again now.
You have to deal with your trauma of the situation to be able to control your triggers. Okay, that's
Okay,
something we'll talk
whatever,
about
baby.
later.
You
You're
can come up
triggered.
with whatever sermon topic
You're
you want to
triggered
come up
right
with.
now. You're
That was
triggered.
wrong. You was
You're
wrong.
triggered.
Just go
Yeah.
ahead on to January, past January, cause go on
I
to February.
apologize
Just go
again.
on.
I'm not gonna run that back. Run that back. I ain't gonna do that. Okay, I'll run it back. I'm sorry. Do you forgive me? Yes or no? Like,
Yeah.
are you showing that? Okay. So February, that was Valentine's. I don't know what happened at Valentine's.
You don't
March.
know what the hell happened.
It's really a blur. Like, I'm so serious, y'all. So much transpired. Oh, you know what? That's why it was real. It was real weird because on my birthday, not only was it a joyous occasion, like our close friends had a disaster happen to them. So the hurricane happened. What was it? The tornado happened. And it was on my birthday. So now I was like, oh, I felt bad. But after that, Valentine's Day happened. What do we do? What do we do for Valentine's? It's your turn.
For Valentine's, I did the five senses for you.
Fire.
I gave you a gift to tantalize all five of your senses.
She's so creative, y'all. Like I hate it and I love it at the same time. So creative. Like it was like, read this note, do this, do that. It was like she's so creative. I love her. It was awesome. Then March, April, May, something else happened. Things happened. And then my wife's birthday. Oh, y'all, my daughter became a senior.
Mm-hmm.
What has that been like, Mom?
I like the closer it gets, like today when we were downstairs talking about college decisions and she was talking about what she wanted to do and
Yeah.
be, like, when I say I am so excited for her, just as excited as I was um for when Jaren went to school.
Mhm.
As parents, I think that that is the culmination, one of the culminations of parenthood. Um, and so I was sharing with her that my mama didn't have no plan B for me, for college. And I've already told y'all that my folks were a little bit strict. And they didn't really have a lot. So there was no plan B or money put aside for me to go to school. So I knew that I had to get a scholarship or something if I wanted to go to school. I had a lot of scholarships. My only regret, and I was sharing this with my daughter, because I had never left Alabama, my mama was not having it. Like, I had a scholarship to Wilberforce, I had scholarships to TSU. Like, she was like, "You're not going out of state, so you might as well go on down to Tuscaloosa." And I was like, shit. So that's my only regret. I wish I had gone away for school, but I'm glad that I did go to an HBCU. Shout out Stillman College. So her becoming a senior has been
Mhm.
really good. The thought of that it's about to be, well, we got to tell y'all that later. We thought that we were
Mhm.
approaching an empty nest this year.
Yeah. Bye.
And no, I'm not froze. We thought we were gonna have empty nest.
So
Okay, so let's go
we're
to
elated
April.
about
Let's
my
go
daughter.
April, May, April. Well, let's go back. Before we moved from Oxford, um Jamaica and I think we've shared this before. We were having horrible communication problems. And we went to a therapist, marriage counseling for the communication problems. We
Facts.
also were having parenting differences. Jamaica has one style, I have one style. So that was year before last. So we learned what to do, what not to do, what to say, what not to say. And around February, I don't know if it was because of the surgery. I don't know what, like, because I've never had a surgery like that. So I
Mm.
don't know if that played a part. I don't know, but our communication got off again. Like, we were not listening, we were not communicating well. We were not.
Not because of the surgery.
No, I'm saying I don't know if that had something to do with it. It probably didn't. Hell, I don't know. I'm just synopsizing. Hell, I don't know. Anyway, whatever it was, um, communication issues resurfaced. So what I will say, sidebar, married people, people in relationships, y'all, when you go for counseling for something, and you learn what to do, you really, really have to consistently do that. If you get relaxed, if you get too comfortable, that thing will resurface and it will happen again. So I would say February-ish, we were like at it. I'm talking about like at it, bad, 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 bad. All the way up until was it July? I mean, it wasn't like we'll get better, go back, get better, argue, fuss, get back. And then like uh my defense mechanism is I don't like to argue. So when I feel like something is getting heated, I'm gonna get in the car and leave. That's what I do. And yeah, that's my mechanism. And normally Jamaica is like, after a few hours, okay, where you at? Come home. But we had one tiff about in July, I want to say, that was I, almost catastrophic. We talking about people packing bags, going and staying somewhere else. Um, it was bad. But one thing that I will have to say is I can speak for myself. I was not willing to um just give my marriage away, period. So I had to humble myself and literally say what I felt. And in the past, that was really, really hard for me. But I was like, I'll be damned if overall this person is like good. We just don't know how to talk sometimes. And so throughout that, I was willing to do whatever it took to salvage my marriage because I knew that we had so much more to give, and to throw it away would just be like detrimental. So that's my take on it. I don't know if you want to add anything.
It was a long year. Um, I forgot to mention last year. What we in 2021?
Yeah, we in 2021 now.
I actually had 2 surgeries last year, or 2 operations. I forgot. Remember?
Yeah.
January I had a procedure for my heart, and then yeah, it was a lot. But I think just the whole year was very weighty. It was kind of like she explained, being that she wasn't a person who really communicated. I really felt like, what is the point of me talking to you if you don't really talk or you don't care? Um, so it was a lot of things that we were going through, and communication in any ship is important, you guys. We're going to talk a lot about that on these shows. It's very important because there was not a conversation. It was always um there was a feeling that every time that I was a burden, every time that something would happen to me, I just felt like she would feel like, oh God, here we go again. And that's how she felt, but I didn't understand that. I was mad about it. So we was just like this, like year round, and I have my ways too. You know what I mean? I'm very I can be very stubborn, and I'm an asshole. I'm good at it too. So when because I definitely have a doctorate in pediology, and being a professor, I like to stay in that place. And no one can out asshole me. So if you feel like you're going to come up against me with your pettiness, being that I wrote the script and I teach the class, you're gonna lose. So in my mindset, in all seriousness, I was like, I'm more pettier than you. We doing this, we gonna do it. But that is, I'm here to tell you that is totally the wrong way to do it. Just voice how you feel. So we started picking up some exercises to converse in our counseling sessions and all of that. As far as parenting, we, like she said, we have 2 different styles, and there were things that I was doing because of the way I was raised, and there were things that she wasn't doing because of the way she was raised, and there were things that would just clash. But at this um day and time, after the double mastectomy this past December, my mind is just somewhere else, and I realize how quickly life can be taken from you and taken for granted. So I'm in a different mind frame, and I'm in a different mindset, but I will keep hounding in you guys that communication is key in any ship. It was not easy at all, guys. It was not easy. But listen, in a marriage, even in a friendship, when you make the decision, you have to make a decision on whether this thing, this person, this friendship is worth something to me. Do I value it? Is there value in it? Does my life seem incomplete when this thing, this person is not there? If the answer is yes, you would have to swallow your pride and have a conversation. I'll say it again. You will have to swallow your pride and have a conversation. That goes to a husband, a wife, a friend, a sister, any type of ship, kinship, friendship, relationship. Listen to me. If they mean anything to you, you have to make the decision. I don't care what happened. I don't care who said what, why they said it. Don't get me wrong, we're not sweeping it under the rug at all. We're going to address it. We're going to apologize. And then we're going to work to a solution, work towards a solution together to move forward so that this thing, the next time we do argue, it won't be over this thing. But you really have to make the decision. So that's what I learned. It was hell. It was hell, y'all. I'm talking about hell. Like, you can be in the same house with somebody and not speak. Hell, that never let nothing get that way. So if you watching this right now, I'm gonna tell you, whatever you dealing with, if that's you and your husband, you and your wife, you and your partner, whoever, you might as well go to them right now. I don't care if it was your fault, their fault. Say I'm sorry. If it's a friend you going through it with, say I'm sorry. If they mean something, get that out the way right now. That's what we here for. Each one teach one, and this is what this is for. The transparency that I show is because I believe that it can free somebody else. We
Yeah.
had to go through hell to be able to tell this story to you right now that may be listening and going through the same thing. But we're here. Now, fast forward, where we at? November? Wait, was it
Well, let
something that
me
happened
let me
before that?
interject something right there.
Go back. Mm-hmm.
Let me interject also. Um, there may be someone on here who, there's two things. Um, because I was on the other side of that. It does not matter if you're one of the things that I learned from that whole situation, it doesn't matter how many times you got to be the first person to apologize or the first person to make peace or the first person to say I'm sorry. At the end of the day, one of the things that I learned from that whole experience is there is nothing that a conversation cannot fix.
I say it
My
all the time.
spouse would always say that, and I was like, what? But the reason why that annoyed me so much was because my um nonverbal, believe me, as much as I talk, when you're talking about in a marriage, I am not verbal. I would rather just walk around and not, I could walk around for 365 days in the same house and not say one
Amen.
word, like real talk. But I had to swallow my pride and understand that, number one, that is not healthy. Holding grudges is not healthy. And I had to learn also that you can't love something and hate them. When you really, really examine what love is, then it can't be a prideful situation. It can't be well, I'm just not gonna say nothing. And so from that point that we really have to work on it. And after you continue to do something, it becomes second nature. For one, I have been divorced before. So for fear that I don't want to have another divorce, I will just not say what I really, really felt. And what that does is builds up resentment. So it's like every time you walk past, even though I ain't saying nothing, I'm rolling my eyes. I'm like, you get on my, but that's because I chose not to open my mouth and say, hey, when you did whatever, 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 that hurt my feelings. Because you know why I didn't want to say that? Because can't nobody hurt Erica feelings. Can't nobody, like, I didn't, and a part of me really, really didn't want to admit that I love this person as deep as I did. But when you get to a point when that the thought of, like Jamaica said, when the thought of losing that flashes before your eyes, it's all bets off. Like, no, we're not gonna do that. So it has been a metamorphosis of me. Because like I can we made a promise, like we not going to bed mad, because I'm telling you, my mama on here, she'll tell you, if I cut you off, I can cut you off and we could be in the same house. But I had to, that's just not healthy behavior. So, and as mad, I be wanting to be mad. Like if Jamaica do something, and I be like, ooh, and I go in another room because that's something that we discussed. Let me just be by myself. Give me some time because my recovery ain't quick.
She
And
don't
if
got quick
Jamaica will
recovery.
apologize, I can't, if somebody say, well, do you forgive me? I'm sorry. Normally I would be like, what? But now I have to say, yeah, I forgive you. And I got to learn how to past, move past stuff. Like I would hold on to stuff for a long time. So that was the main two things. There's nothing that a conversation can't fix. And number two, you have to learn how to have quick recovery. And the misconception for me was that having a quick recovery meant that you didn't regard my feelings. But that's not, it just means that I hear what you're saying, but we can't stay there.
And
And
I had
that
to,
was I just
man.
wanted to interject I just wanted to interject that because that's been a tremendous asset, not just in relationship, just period. That you can feel how you want to feel, but you can't stay there because tomorrow isn't promised.
Absolutely. And those are the things that I often say to her because those are the things that I've learned, and not even getting deep for the Christians who are on here because I'm a Christian. It was
Oh, you
literally
are?
a no by. It was literally a petty. You know, you see what I'm saying? It was literally a no brainer for me because when we think about how often we wrong God and we ask for forgiveness, what if He was like, no, I'm not ready right now? I'll let you know though. What if He was just like, mm-mm. Like, how dare we? Who are you to not forgive and you expect forgiveness? It's just hypocritical. And I always tell her like quick recovery is important. I'm not disregarding your feelings at all. I'm acknowledging them. I'm apologizing for them and I'm saying I am not allowing this much energy to take over this time because we can't get it back. That's all that is. It's not pride. Let's not be prideful. You just can't get the time back that you're and energy you're going to spend. I like to vibrate high. So let's move forward and be in a happy place. I'm gonna address a few things though, because people have said something. Someone said, I think it was Miss Rhonda said that it can be a relationships can be one sided and it has to take both parties to want to have a conversation. This statement, there's nothing a conversation can't fix, is very true. Now, your responsibility is to state how you feel and what it is your request is. Your job is not to worry about what their response will be.
And that's where we go wrong. Let me interject. For me, I feel like at 49 years old this year, I realized that I have control issues because I wanted to tell you how to apologize. I wanted to control how long we gonna be mad. I want to control when we gonna have makeup sex. I wanted to control like all of those things because it had to be on my time because I needed to feel like I had control of that. But let me just tell y'all this. Even though we had issues after that, this thought never left me. During the time that Jamaica had to have surgery, um, I could not go in the hospital. So I like the thought of this person going in not just to have a double mastectomy, but going in and we knowing that there were other underlying health issues already there. When I say I don't think I have ever been as terrified as I was that day. So whenever I find myself not uh feeling this person, I always try to reflect back on that day and how I felt that day. And what if this person doesn't come back out of here? But I wanted to be heard. I wanted to be understood. And I felt like controlling the time or the when that happened was that's a point for me. But everybody deserves to be heard. Um, but you still have to, it's just like it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. I always say you don't have to agree with me, but you do have to
Mhm.
respect what I'm saying. Absolutely, Warren. And as far and I don't want you guys to just, I want you to take what we're saying, but like Jamaica says, a lot of times people only um apply these things to marriage, but it is also applicable um to friendships And
Absolutely.
another thing that, I know people say, well, what happened in your house, stay in your house. I also believe that with friendships, because I know me and my best friend, like if you know Q independently and you know me, I'm pretty sure people wonder how we're friends, because both of us got smart mouths. Both of us gonna say what we gotta say. But one thing, when we disagree, it stops there. And that's something that I want to address. Guys, when you have an issue with your spouse, when you and your friends have a disagreement, keep that between y'all. Because when you go and bash your spouse to other people or your friends, and then you and your spouse come back and talk, they still where you left them. The same with friendships. If two people have a disagreement, and
And
I have
family.
been guilty of this as well. But if the two of y'all can't talk about it, don't get no peanut gallery, because guess what? If you want to come back and make amends with that person, it makes it even harder, because if other people are inputting, they what girl, I wouldn't talk to her if I was you, or girl, I wouldn't go back to, I wouldn't deal with that. Are you sure? Like, and not, I don't want, but if you are in a position, if someone does open their marriage up to you or their relationship, never suggest divorce. That's not your place. That's not your place. Go ahead, babe.
Yeah, I say it all the time. Just a few things. Q said, I'm not in a relationship, but I hate when people minimize how something made me feel. Again, I'm gonna say this again. When you apologize, right? Make sure that there's no conjunction after you've apologized.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I apologize for hurting your feelings, but you shouldn't have never said what you said. Negates your whole apology. It
Mm-hmm.
should sound like, I apologize for hurting you. That was not my intent. You see how there was nothing to follow? There should be nothing to follow. Maybe days later, when you guys move on, you can say, hey, when you said this thing to me, it made me feel a certain type of way. It's all in tone. Like I'm gonna keep saying it. There's nothing the conversation can't fix. You may catch me on a bad day. I may be like, I already deal with situational depression. I've dealt with it forever, but when I had this surgery, it's gotten worse. I've been in a really bad place. And she may catch me on a bad day and she may, hey babe, and I'm like, hey. And she like, ooh, what's wrong with you? Nothing. I said, hey. Oh, well, I'm just gonna leave you alone. Her interpretation was that she was bothering me. How did I derive there? Because I listened to the tone in which I said it. You may not know that you're coming off like that, but pay attention to your tone. If you're gonna apologize, it ain't no, well, I'm sorry. Well, I apologize. I mean, yeah, whatever. Body language is still speaking. It's very loud. If you're going to apologize, you need to make sure everything about you lines up with that. Everything about you looks remorseful. Okay? Never minimize nobody's feelings. Don't make them feel like that. Okay? Your job is to be respectful and to get your point across. Body language is still speaking. I can't tell you I love you and this is my stance. Well, I love you. Are you going to believe me? I mean, there are just things we could talk about. We could talk about this all day. But remember, it's the time you can't get back. Take your energy and put it into something else, like loving on the person, like being very communicative about how you feel about them. Like if anybody knows me, they know that they'll get a text message from me randomly, like, "Hey, be great, keep going. I love you. I'm rooting for you. I hope you have a wonderful day." That's me. So, like in this day and age, if you got a grudge right now, just let it go. Literally, you making yourself sick because you holding on to something that's just tearing you up on the inside. Internally, you don't even know, but it's tearing you up, and they're living, rent free in your head, and what they doing, they going about their life and not even tripping off of you. Whatever you feel, voice that and be done with it, but make sure you respectful. Like, I don't care what nobody say. If you come at me a certain type of way, you're going to get disrespected. And even then, now I have so much, it's just, I've been through so much, so now I have so much willpower that, like, you're not going to take my energy from me if I don't let you. The only person who still disturbs me is Erica Patrice. But, like, if it's anybody else, you're not gonna get that energy from me. I'm gonna say, okay, stop giving people your energy. You might as well empty out your bank account if that's what you're gonna do and give it to them. Quit giving people your energy. Period. Especially if it's negative. For what reason? Y'all be spending all this time talking about I'm matching energies. For what? You can continue to vibrate high. You know how much energy it takes to match your energy? Just think about, like, just keep it pushing. So the whole year was like hell, but then in that abyss, we rose out of it. Here we are out of our abyss, learning daily on our daily journey. Hey, she doesn't like this. She doesn't like when I say this. I'm still in my process, so I'm gonna slip up, but I should be getting better, not continuing to just be stuck in my ways. Every day there is a journey that you're walking on to be striving to be better than you were yesterday. That should be your goal. We are in a much better place because she knows what makes me tick. I know what makes her tick. I give her her space. I have quick recovery. I let her know, hey, I was wrong for that. Hella out of pocket, y'all, just out of pocket, and you keep pushing. So here we are now. You're looking at people who weren't even able to sit in the same room a few months ago, not even have a conversation. I'm talking about not even 2 words before the phone would hang up or before it was shut up. It don't gotta be like that. Okay.
And I will say that uh for our anniversary, like, it was literally like us renewing our vows, so to speak, or renewing or recommitting to loving each other differently. We have a daughter that's watching us. Um and I don't we never want to make her feel like this, that the way that we were behaving was normal behavior or thing or a behavior that she should accept. But I
Absolutely.
think more so, and again, this is not a spiritual show, but we are Christians, so if it come up, it come up. I knew that for the enemy to be coming at us as hard as he was, there had to be, there had to be something more on the other side of that. Can I just testify and not brag? We have not felt the pandemic. Our business has not suffered. Our business has grown tremendously since the pandemic. But not, if you guys remember, I was supposed to launch the academy in July. It was so much chaos going on that we had to put everything on hold. But can I just testify that once we aligned ourselves with true love, respectful love, not keeping a record of wrong, not throwing stuff up in each other's face, being patient, being kind, being long suffering. When I tell you that when we did that, and I guess God was testing us to see, okay, let me see how long these Negroes gonna do this. And we kept at it and kept at it. August came, September came. Things started to shift in our world, literally. So when people when we think about holding grudges or being in unhealthy places or matching energy, you are stopping your destiny. You are stopping your full manifestation of who you are and who you are supposed to be and
Mhm.
what you are. I have said from day one, I never have bought into the fact that Jamaica and I coming together was about a love affair. I've never believed that, because without going into, I've never believed that. I believe that we literally were brought together for purpose. I believe that we literally were brought together to show two people who had been hurt by love that true love could exist. I don't think God cared about whether it came from where it came from. When we came together, I believe that it was a whole nother purpose other than what's on the surface. Truly believe that. And here we are approaching year 4, and we are just getting into a rhythm of, okay, now I know who you are, and now you know who I am, and now we are on a journey. If y'all only knew the behind the scenes stuff, I'm in the face or I'm in the front, but I could not ask for a more supportive spouse. I don't care if I'm singing. I don't care if I'm making Kool-Aid on 6th Avenue. Like, I couldn't ask for a more supportive spouse. And even when we were going through, I was in plays. Jamaica was right there, despite the fact that we was like this. And the same with me. I had to take care of this Negro that was being an asshole.
Man,
Changing drains,
she
and
didn't
I'm
have to.
squeamish. I'm scary. I don't like blood. I don't like hospitals. But I had to do all of that
Yeah, y'all,
to
she loved
someone
me for
who
real.
not many days hence had been an asshole to me.
Y'all, she loved me for
My
real.
Lord,
If y'all only knew, she don't even walk in the hospital. She'd be like, I'm just call me when you're ready for me to get you. Listen, y'all, this person was changing my dreams. That let me know. But backing up to what she said, two people who have been hurt by love. Let me make a correction. Love didn't hurt us, people did. Okay,
you
love
right.
is patient, love is kind. Love is all those things, but people hurt us. But listen, I agree with everything that she said. And we got together at a time where like God knew what I needed when I needed it. Okay. And now I have it. So we're here and we're getting to know each other every day as you should with your spouse, your friend, whatever. No one has arrived, which means you will always be in the race until you're not racing anymore, which is unto death. There is no day that goes by that I'm not trying to learn something new about my spouse. This goes beyond her favorite color is pink. She loves to sing. That is not it. You learn the triggers. We had a deep conversation. And we talked a lot about it. Once you identify your trauma, you will be able to control your triggers. Okay.
Hmm.
Which is why I'm launching my ministry, so to speak, my movement, which is healed people, heal people. So y'all look out for that. We love to say hurt people, which is in fact true. When you're hurting and you do not deal with your trauma, it triggers you and you put that off on other people and you continue to be contagious with your negativity and you're toxic. Your toxicity spreads like wildfire. So until you get healed, nothing good will come from it. So y'all be looking out for that. Support that. I got shirts on www.epicchick.com. But I'm better. Don't get it twisted. Everything I went through, I'm better now. There's nothing bitter about me. We could talk about it all day long. I have been hurt, but let's not, hey, listen to me good, okay? I have hurt a lot of people. And I'm not just gonna sit here and be like, it was because I was hurting. It was because I was hurting, but some stuff, like I said, I'm good at being an asshole. I hurt people. So I had to heal. I owe a whole lot of people apologies. But if you're watching this, and I'm not gonna say names, and I hurt you, I apologize deeply from the bottom of my heart. There is no excuses, period. But every day you should be learning something, okay? In your life, with your spouse, in your friendships, in your kinships, family. Family, it is, that word is so scarce. When you say family these days and you talking to people, it's people that don't even, they're referring to someone that don't even have their blood running through their veins. Why? Because family is so scarce in relatives. Why can't your relatives be your family these days? Too many secrets, too much hurt. Get healed. Let's talk about it. You watching this show for a reason. You are watching this for a reason. If you follow us, you will see we're going to have real conversations. You might need your wine, your tissue, and your Bible. You may. Okay? But just look at us as accountability partners. Y'all can help us too. You see something out of pocket, let us know. You got something to say? Go ahead. You need to interject?
Yeah, I was gonna say, after we got, just to share and bring you guys all the way up to speed, Jamaica has so much ministry inside, but people, because of what she looks like, people don't want to receive. But it has been a journey behind the scenes, trying to push my spouse as much as my spouse pushes me, trying to encourage my spouse, like, to not feel like, oh, well, I'm just going to support you and push you. No, my spouse is a force to be reckoned with alone. Before Erica, Jamaica has got to be one of, and when I say, like, I'm just sitting here, when I say, when that thing started talking, my heart just be fluttering, because when I say that thing fine unto me, do you hear me? But when just, I mean, it's just casual
I'm shy.
conversation, just talking, it is so captivating to me. And I have been encouraging Jamaica this whole time, babe, launch your stuff. It don't matter what people think, it don't matter who people think you are, launch your stuff. So with that being said, Jamaica has launched the Dare to Be Aware movement.
Mhm.
Jamaica has launched the Healed People Heal People. And that's going to be more conversations without my face, but with Jamaica just talking about the transparency of being someone who was deeply wounded by a lot of things, childhood traumas, adult traumas. And I'll let Jamaica talk more about that. We have relaunched the E&J show. Um, Epic Chick, our plus size boutique, is doing wonderful. On top of that, I have stepped back into something that completely took me for a loop. I have started the Epic Academy, where we are teaching other women and men, we haven't had any men, but in women, um, how to have a successful business. We also have launched the Hustle Her Club, which is a group or a club of entrepreneurs who are women, who come together not to be catty, not to be messy, but to encourage one another, to be a hub for information as far as business is concerned. We have 17 students signed up for our very first class, and it's not even December yet. I cannot wait to see what God is going to do next, and I could not be more delighted to have in the passenger seat my spouse rolling with me. And I am just so thankful that we weathered the storm. Is that the last storm? Probably not. But I believe that any storm that we come up against now in the game, it does not stand a chance, because now we recognize, we know the signs, we know what to do, and we know what not to do. So we don't brag, we're not boasting, none of that, but we are standing as living proof that it does not matter what society has to say. It does not matter what happened when you were a child. It does not happen when you left the last relationship. It does not matter what they said to you. What matters is that you literally not just post cute things on Facebook, but literally cherish every moment. Cherish every day. I promise you one thing. People may know things about us, but one thing that I've learned from Jamaica, if you tell on yourself, you take their power away. So tell your testimony. If you and your boo, like it's someone, you went through that for someone. So a lot of people will say, well, why they on Facebook telling all their business? Well, first of all, y'all assume stuff anyway. So what we're doing is coming on, giving you the real, raw, and relatable truth about the Kellums firsthand, not secondhand, not through the grapevine, not what you screenshot, not what you think you know, but we giving it to you straight, no chaser. Every
Nobody
week.
tell it like we can.
Can't nobody tell it like I can.
I lived it.
I
Ain't
live
nobody
here.
tell it like we can.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm
you
super
know,
excited, guys. Y'all, let me just be honest. One of the reasons we stopped doing the J show, we used to argue about what the hell we was going to come on here and talk about. Like we
right
was arguing
before.
about everything.
And you know why? Because the topics that we're real, raw, and relatable, but the topics I would talk about, she would be offended by. But now there's no offense. When you get rid of the offense and you realize that what you're going to talk about and what you're saying will free somebody else, you won't be so selfish to hold it in. I'm transparent, and that is what you see is what you get. This is not you living your life, and it's not even about you. When you realize that, you'll be better off. So we're here.
Yeah.
I'm glad that y'all joined in with us today. I hope that something that was said blessed you or uplifted you, even just, gave you some confidence in your journey to come. And if you do have any questions, you could write it in here, bring it up, so that we can talk about it. But she said everything that she could say to y'all. She was bigging me up. I got to take some time to big her up too, y'all. She does have an academy. Y'all be on the lookout in January for the next semester. If you miss this one, you don't want to miss it, y'all. It's not just rebuilding your business. It's helping building you as well. You have to be good so that your business can be good. So we gonna try to help you get to that bag, and we're going to try to help you be a better person. But speaking of that bag, shirts, commas, and zeros, y'all, go get that, www.epicchick.com. Commas and zeros, that's all we're worried about, all right? All the rest of the stuff don't matter. Focus on being a better you and getting to that bag, to generational wealth. See, it's still not for you. We got to get that bag because we got a daughter. We had to be better individuals so that we can be better parents. Because once I seen how it was affecting my kid, I was like, yo, hell no. You know what I mean? Kids committing suicide left and right. Hell no, we got to focus on our kid. We too focused on this bull crap. Nope. So Let's get to the bag. Let's be better individuals. Let's grow. What you say? You want to grow? So we grow together?
Absolutely. I do want to let you guys know that if you have show topics or things that you want us to talk about, we pretty much have our all the way to January kind of already pre-planned. And let me while I'm there, let me tell you guys, we not famous, we not none of that, but we know that what is inside of us is bigger than us. So we have some people helping us behind the scenes. um Listen, without them,
Right.
listen, that's all I'm gonna tell you. Without them, and people coming inbox and volunteering to help, because that my cousin left me 13 voice recordings today, pouring into me. My first cousin, her dad and my mom are brother and sister, and she was just encouraging me. And I'm the oldest cousin, I'm the oldest child, so a lot of responsibility comes with that. But it really blessed me for her to contact me today and see the potential that is within the both of us. And so I shout out to the people, Beryl, Mariella,
All the
Rachel,
behind the scenes people.
all of the people who have Jessica have ever come over and said, "Hey, y'all need some help." Um, Listen, we appreciate it. We don't take it for granted because both of us are very guarded, and I don't be wanting to learn new people. So thank
We
you to
don't.
the people who throughout this transition and this journey into where we are now, for helping us. We definitely will be taking questions. If you have
Yeah.
questions that are topics that you want us to tackle, we will not say your name. If you want to
We won't
remain
divulge your
anonymous,
name.
we'll just talk about it. You can email that to enjshowlive@gmail.com. If you want
Hmm.
to inbox, uh, you know, inbox is okay, but we would prefer that you send the questions there. That way they can be properly dealt with. Um, and That's all I have. This has been an amazing recap. We wanted to bring you all up to speed. What's the topic next week? Do you know what we wrote down? I can't remember.
I do not.
Okay,
But
well, we'll
it's gonna be a
anyway.
goodie though. So
Yeah, it is.
y'all tune in. But before we go, remember, what you starve will die. What you feed will grow. What you starve will die. What you feed will grow. Be intentional about your energy. Continue to vibrate high. Keep pushing, no matter what. And guess what? I'm rooting for you. What about you, Eric?
I'm rooting for him too.
Good night.
Bye, y'all. See y'all next week.